What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and today I'm taking an updated look at the Eldlich Monarch archetype that I've kind of created. I don't think anyone else has done this. I'm sure maybe in the world someone has, but at least on YouTube, I think I'm the only one who's showcasing this deck. The only reason I'm looking into this is because someone recently had commented, hey, because I had done a video before about Eldlich True Draco and Eldlich Monarch, which is better. At the time, I really did think it was Eldlich True Draco, but as I've been playing this strategy today, and there's kind of new cards coming out as well that I've mentioned a little bit that have helped boost the consistency of Eldlich Monarch, because if Eldlich Monarch is more consistent, I think it is a much better deck. Well, much better I think is an exaggeration, but when I'm playing and doing today replays for this, tomorrow updated deck profile because I have changed it significantly. The day after, I'll do Eldlich True Draco and then an updated deck profile for that. That's kind of my plan. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in consecutive days, but just know that that's my content schedule coming up. So let's go ahead and look into these replays here. Looks like I'm playing something I've never played before. Karakuri. They have kind of funny names. It's synchro-based archetype, if I'm not mistaken. And it is Earth, so Notoria Beast, of course, will probably be in there. But if you can't special summon from the extra deck, you're probably going to have a hard time doing that. I don't know if I get there. I cannot wait for Unicamouflage or Uncamouflite, whatever you want to call it, comes out. It's a great +1. Only won it as a 2 in my opinion, but still. Okay, well, you have this archetype and you can use Urgent Schedule, which is actually pretty awesome because these are all Earth machines. But in any case, again, I just think that having the negates, having the banishment from the graveyard, stuff that Monarchs normally can't do, just really puts it to another level. And at this point, you know, he would probably try to go into Crystalline Needle Fiber, but that's just not an option. And if he really does have anything that's troublesome, I can just tribute my Erebus, I can tribute the Eldlich, because it's so easy to get back to the field as tribute fodder. It's really, really cool. And I have a couple of duels against the new Trimid support. I wasn't going to go over the cards because there's only like 2 new ones that came out. I'm not really interested in doing that. When I do kind of like, is this support good? I like to do it if it's like a whole new archetype or if there's significantly new stuff like structure decks, for example. But you know, going second, you do have some options, and I've actually opened up some space to really give some flexibility. But there's so many good things to send to the graveyard. Scarlet, I mean, that's just within archetype, but you know, if you have a Pantheons in your hand that you can't use, but you want to use the search effect, you can do that as well. I was lucky to hit the summon limit. I had a 50-50 shot. But here we go. I'm going to have the Monarchs Erupt online. I'm going to have Conquistador, hopefully, if I'm able to get it back to the field. Or earlier in the turn, I had sent the Conquistador off of the Golden Land forever. So Scarlet Sanguine, I can get the other Eldritch from my deck, along with negating everything. And again, if you guys are brand new to this archetype, everything in Eldlich has nothing to do with a Monarch's Erupt. The effect to give this thing an attack boost, obviously, is still going to be in effect. The effect in the hand, you know, has nothing to do with what's on the field and the graveyard. And all of the traps are trap cards. They are monster secondary. So the effect to banish from the graveyard, to pop a face-up card, those are not negated, even though the effects are technically negated through the Monarch's Erupt. That's why I just love the way these things interact with each other. And also, Conquistadors can turn into tribute fodder. It's fantastic. It's so good. Here's Cyber Dragons. And a lot of times, you know, like, a lot of, well, Dragon Buster Sword is back, but it's not going to be used that much, in my opinion. Some people just straight up are not prepared to go against an extra deck lock. Some of these you see me going second, and this guy really holds on to the Cyber Dragon Infinity effect. I have no idea why. He's going to let me draw like 50,000 cards. He lets me get another Pantheism to the hand. I'm keep trying. I do have the Domain of the Monarchs here. I don't have to use the effect of Erebus, so now I can just attack over it. These Monarch cards have very good attack stats. It would be great to see maybe another one with 3,000 if Monarchs ever get new support, which I think eventually it will. And just look at this setup, man. He can't go into the extra deck. I have a Banish from the Graveyard, a Pop, and these will all float, of course. And yeah, so synergy is all aligning here. Very good stuff. Here is Dark Magicians. A lot of your duels will be so fast. And I can't not wait until we get a few reprints for Eldlich to where this entire archetype will be extremely affordable. Pantheism probably needs a reprint, but it's not. I think it's like $3 a copy right now. The only other cards I think, Eldlich is very affordable now. Of course, I have my copies. I'm kind of preparing to use this deck. I think this will be one of the main decks that I use when locals finally open up here in Vegas. But yeah, this Cursed Eldlin's like $50, so I'm not going to spend $100 on a casual strategy, of course. And yeah, the Prime Monarch is normally kind of bricky in your hand, but you can get it out if you want to, or if you have a Pantheism, you know. And I send Sanguine again to the graveyard. He goes ahead and negates with the Dragoon, which is fine because he didn't negate on the field, so he doesn't get the attack boost. And I know I can get over most things with 3,500 attack. That was kind of the whole idea. And now I don't even have to because this is a non-targeting shuffle back to the graveyard. I get over this attack, and yeah, the Monarch's Erupt would have come down. I would have had the negate as well. I was kind of prepared, so you can work through one negate most of the time, multiple ones. It's just not, you know, if you go up against a combo deck like Dragon Link, going second when you go first, most of the time you're just going to win because they aren't prepared to work through a domain lock. Camouflage again. Fantastic. And you can tribute summon with Eldlich the Golden Lord. I'm not sure if I do here. Yes, I do. And the Monarch's Erupt is now online with, you know, a banish from the graveyard. Not amazing, but skill drain is still limited to 1 for a reason. And now his plays have just completely stopped. This was unfortunate for him to have in his hand, of course, but now I've taken control. I'm drawing a little bit. I need a monster. My monster count's a little low. Sometimes I go back and forth with it all the time. It always feels like if I put extra monsters in there, then I draw them too much. So again, the deck profile will be out tomorrow, so I'm going to be messing with it just a little bit. I think it's almost there. It's like 90% there. And yeah, I'm just kind of figuring out from that. Union Driver, he's going to try to start getting all of his pieces into the graveyard here. He's going to attempt to attack. I can go ahead and get rid of it. And I wanted to banish his B to make sure he couldn't go into ABC. He makes a very smart move going into Ojama Duo, and I cannot tribute summon with the cards either. He baited me out with the Ojama Magic, so he's going to be able to get a search here, which is fine. I know this gets destroyed by battle. He gets to search Ojama cards, so I'm like, I might as well just tribute summon for it. And now he's down to 1 card. Let's see what he top decks, as well as me replacing all of these, deck thinning. That's why I have my monster count a little low, is because there's so much searching in the deck with Pantheism and just all the Eldlich cards float. You're bound to top deck at least eventually one of your monsters, right? And not even Galaxy Soldier he's able to use. It's just, yeah, pretty cool. Here's a random matchup because again the guy just kind of like was like, oh well, I can't do anything. This is Vampires, very interesting archetype. Cursed Eldlin can help me search a Conquistador. This can help me send that to the graveyard, so I can send another Conquistador. That way I can get a Scarlet Sanguine. I can draw 1 more here. Monarch Stormforth, obviously not the best thing in the world, but hey. 1 card from his hand is going to go shuffled back into the deck, so he's only starting with 5 cards, starting on even plane as me, on top of my disruption here. And I contribute summon during his turn. If he like has a Raigeki, you know, that would be good too. And there's just 1 more. This is the first game I had against Trimids. The Forbidden Droplets does basically nothing against me, like at all, which is very nice because it's such a popular card. You know, Nibiru is another one. I don't think I've ever summoned 5 times in a turn. That'd be insane. I can go ahead and send a couple cards to the graveyard. That way I contribute summon during his turn. This would be great if there's a Monarch support that ever came out that had an effect when it was special summon, either to search a monster. That would kind of be like perfect for me. That would help bring this whole idea together. But for now, this is all I have. He's domain locked. None of his monsters will have effects. Although I think this one in the graveyard, he's able to get around the Monarch's Erupt, which is fine. I figure I might as well use the effect if he's going to pop it anyways. That way I can get the search in the end phase and maybe get one of his resources. I don't know enough about the archetype. Maybe I should have banished the field spell. I'm not sure. Erebus is going to come down. I'm going to be able to shuffle one of these back into the graveyard, although he decides to negate. I'm not sure why. He's basically burned through all of his resources just to survive this turn. I thought I had game, of course, but he was protecting this last trap card for a reason, but now he has to top deck something incredible. Again, because he still doesn't have effects. He still can't go into the extra. and it's a summon limit. So that was it. So yeah, that was a nice little 10-minute look at the Eldlich Monarch archetype, and hopefully the deck profile will be up tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.